Hi everyone, welcome back. Now we're going to talk about solving equations with multiple radicals. So we do have a procedure here, and basically what it all amounts to is that you just isolate a radical one at a time, square both sides of the equation. If you have more radicals, isolate one of them, square both sides of the equation, and repeat it until you get all the radicals gone. So let's see how this works in practice. So we have this square root equation here, so I'm going to rewrite it real fast. This is the square root of 2x minus 1 minus the square root of x minus 4 equals to 2. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the square root of x minus 4 to both sides. So I'll cancel those off, and I get the square root of 2x minus 1 equals 2 plus the square root of x minus 4. And now we're going to square both sides of the equation to get rid of the radical on the left-hand side. But notice that since this is a sum, we have to FOIL this out. So 2 plus the square root of x minus 4 times 2 plus the square root of x minus 4. And then we'll get 2x minus 1. And when you FOIL this out, you'll have 4 plus 4 square root of x minus 4 plus x minus 4. So I did skip a step there. I didn't do all the terms. I just did it all in my head and combined the two like terms. So we have the minus 4 plus 4. We get a 2x minus 1 equals 4 radical x minus 4 plus x. Then I'm going to subtract the x from both sides. And we get that x minus 1 equals 4 square root of x minus 4. Now, normally when we isolate, we usually are going to divide by 4 here. Well, that's a bad idea because this leads to fractions, and this tends to lead to more mistakes. So the best idea here is just to leave this alone. If dividing causes fractions, just leave the product there, because when we square both sides to get rid of the radical, remember that the square will distribute to both the 4 and the radical, so we'll just get x minus 1, so that'll be x squared minus 2x plus 1, equal to 4 squared, which is 16, and the square and the square root cancel and give us the x minus 4. So next thing to do is distribute the 16, so we'll get x squared minus 2x plus 1, and this is equal to 16x minus 64. Then adding the 16 or subtracting the 16x from both sides, we get x squared minus 18x plus 1 equal to negative 64, and adding 64 to both sides, we get that x squared minus 18x plus 65 equals to 0. So we want the factors of 65 that sum up to be a negative 18. Well, 1 and 65 certainly don't do it. It's not divisible by 2, 3, or 4, but we do get 5 and 13, which do work. So we'll have x minus 5 times x minus 13 equal to 0, so we'll get x equals 5 or x equals 13. So now we have to check our solutions. And so let me write the equation again, just so you have it. 2x minus 1 minus the square root of x minus 4 equal to 2. And so let's check x equals 5. So we get that the square root of 2 times 5 minus 1 minus the square root of 5 minus 4 equals to 2. So this, when you simplify, is the square root of 9, and this will have the square root of 1 equal to 2. So we'll have 3 minus 1, which does equal 2. So let's look at x equals 13. So we'll have the square root of 2 times 13. Let me write that neater. 13 minus 1 minus the square root of 13 minus 4, and that should equal to 2. And so we'll have square root of 26 minus 1 is 25, minus the square root of 9 equals 2, and that's 5 minus 3, and that definitely equals to 2. So our solutions are x equals 5 and 13. Next up, we'll talk about more techniques. We'll see you then.